Most people over 55 try to fix foot circulation and swelling the hard way. They might buy expensive gadgets or attempt aggressive stretches that, frankly, can end up making things worse. It is common to believe that your only options are strong medication or constantly wearing tight compression socks. I'm here to tell you that this is simply not the full story. Today, I'm going to share a profoundly simple, evidence-based, 10-minute routine that truly works to naturally improve the blood flow and melt away that uncomfortable puffiness you feel in your ankles and feet. This routine needs absolutely nothing special. No equipment, no gym membership. You can do it entirely from your favorite, most comfortable chair. This is about being kinder to your body and working smarter, not harder, on your lifelong vascular health. It is a gentle yet surprisingly powerful approach designed specifically for the circulatory needs that change as we mature, where blood vessel elasticity and muscle efficiency might have just slightly lessened over the years. The most important thing is consistent, targeted movement, not strenuous, painful effort. The information I am sharing with you today is not based on fleeting online theories or temporary trends. The 3 cornerstone movements you are about to learn come directly from established physiotherapy research. We are specifically targeting venous return and lymphatic drainage, and I have taken those clinical secrets and simplified them for safe and effective use right in your home. We have essentially taken the clinical gold standard, the kind of advice often reserved for specialized rehabilitation or complex recovery, and distilled it down into practical, easy steps that you can incorporate into your morning cup of coffee. This is the very kind of gentle, consistent movement that experienced clinical practitioners recommend for the long-term health maintenance of older adults. It is proven to stimulate what we call the calf muscle pump, which is the most crucial part of this whole equation. These are the same trusted techniques frequently used in cardiac and orthopedic rehabilitation settings because they pose minimal risk while maximizing the true circulatory benefit. Our goal is to achieve the greatest possible efficiency in your peripheral circulation without placing any undue, unnecessary stress on your heart or your precious joints. We are targeting the primary natural mechanism your body uses for fluid control in your lower limbs. Over the next 10 minutes, we will cover 3 incredibly quick and gentle movements that you can begin doing right now. Then, we will talk about 2 simple food fixes that help your body from the inside out. Finally, I will reveal 1 critical mistake that almost everyone makes, which actually contributes to trapping fluid in their feet. I really hope you will stay until the very end for that 3rd movement and the mistake to avoid, because that combination is what provides the fastest, most noticeable sense of relief for people truly struggling with chronic swelling. That final movement is a genuine game changer, and it takes less than 2 minutes of your time. I will also be giving you very specific, detailed safety cues for every single movement to ensure you perform them correctly and without any chance of injury, making this a truly safe and protective routine for you. Let us begin with move number 1, the ankle pump. This movement is foundational to your success. I want you to start thinking of your calf muscles as a second heart for your lower body. When those muscles contract, they gently squeeze the deep veins inside, helping to push deoxygenated blood and that excess fluid back up toward your heart and your lymph nodes. This powerful action is what we call the muscle pump mechanism, and it is the most effective, natural way your body can combat the constant pull of gravity on your circulation. When we sit or stand still for long stretches of time, this pump mechanism completely stalls out, leading directly to the pooling and swelling you feel, which doctors refer to as edema. Activating this pump is our absolute first priority. The veins in your lower legs are designed with one-way valves. The muscle pump is what opens and closes these valves, effectively creating a vacuum that pulls the blood upwards against gravity. If your calf muscles are inactive, these vital valves remain stagnant, and blood, along with the interstitial fluid, begins to leak out into the surrounding tissues, causing that characteristic pitting edema that so many of us experience. This is why the slow, rhythmic action of the ankle pump is so much better than quick, forceful movements. It perfectly maximizes the valve opening and closing cycle. We are essentially recalibrating the internal pressure system of your legs. The chair-friendly option. Please sit up straight in a sturdy, non-swiveling chair, making sure your back is completely supported. Your feet should be flat on the floor or slightly elevated on a low stool if your knees are particularly stiff. Aim for a comfortable 90-degree angle at your knee. The movement. Slowly point your toes away from your body, extending your foot to its full, comfortable range of motion. You should feel a gentle stretch in the front of your shins and the top of your foot. Hold that fully pointed position for 2 deliberate seconds, ensuring the movement is smooth and controlled. Then, slowly and deliberately pull your toes back up towards your body, aiming to lift your heels slightly off the floor if you can, feeling the calf muscles contract strongly. Hold that flex position for 2 seconds. The pace here is absolutely everything. It must be slow, controlled, and deliberate, never fast or jerky, to guarantee maximum compression and release of the veins. We are aiming for a deep, rhythmic squeeze of the calf muscle, as that is the primary pumping action. Safety cue. If you feel any sharp, shooting, or burning pain in your Achilles tendon, the arch of your foot, or deep within your calf, immediately reduce the range of motion. Never, ever push through significant pain. The goal is a therapeutic, gentle, rhythmic squeeze. If you have known issues with deep vein thrombosis, please consult your physician before attempting any of these movements. The prescription. Repeat this full cycle, pointing and flexing, for a continuous 2 minutes. Focus intensely on that contraction of the calf when you pull your toes up, as this is the action responsible for sending that blood and fluid back home. This slow, controlled repetition ensures maximal milking of the fluid out of your lower legs. The deliberate pace allows the time needed for the valves to properly close and prevent any backflow. Remember the retention card. Move number 3 equals the fastest relief. Our first move was focused entirely on the primary vascular pump. Move number 2, the alphabet trace, shifts our focus to drainage and mobility. This movement gently mobilizes the often stiff joints of the ankle and foot, which is essential for stimulating lymphatic flow. The lymphatic system is your body's critical natural waste disposal unit. It picks up excess tissue fluid, large protein molecules, toxins, and all the metabolic waste products that the smaller veins cannot handle, and then carries them away for cleansing. Stiff, immobile joints in the foot and ankle can act exactly like a traffic bottleneck in this system. When the ankle joint is moved through its full, varied range of motion, the surrounding soft tissues are gently squeezed and released, very much like squeezing a sponge, which helps to pump the lymph fluid through the nodes located around the ankle and in the groin. This exercise is often completely overlooked, but it is truly crucial for comprehensive fluid management and reducing that localized, persistent puffiness that ankle pumps alone might not resolve. The varied motions ensure that all joint angles and all surrounding muscles and fascia are activated, promoting a more thorough and efficient lymph clearance. The setup. Remain seated comfortably in your sturdy chair. Lift just one foot slightly off the floor so it is fully suspended in the air, allowing for completely free movement of the ankle. Ensure your knee is relaxed. The movement. Using your big toe as if it were the tip of a pen, slowly and carefully trace the capital letters of the entire English alphabet in the air, from A all the way to Z. There is no need to rush this. Focus intently on using only the subtle movements of your ankle, avoiding rocking your entire upper body or engaging your whole leg to draw the shapes. For instance, when you draw the letter O, your ankle should rotate in a wide circle, maximizing the circular range of motion. When you draw the letter Z, you should feel diagonal stretches across the entire joint complex. Every single letter demands a slightly different, varied range of motion, which is the secret to its effectiveness in stimulating lymphatic flow from various regions of the foot and ankle. The goal is not neat penmanship, but maximal, controlled joint movement. Safety cue. Always listen carefully to your body and its limits. If any particular letter, such as a sharp X or Z, causes a pinch, a cramp, or a noticeable strain, simply trace the letter much smaller or gently modify the shape until it feels completely comfortable. Never, under any circumstances, push into a level of pain that makes you gasp or clench your jaw. This is designed to be a gentle mobility exercise, and it should feel therapeutic and easy. The prescription: complete the entire alphabet, A to Z, with one foot, paying attention to that full minute's worth of effort. Then switch immediately and repeat the full alphabet with the other foot. This typically takes about 1 minute per foot for a total of 2 minutes. These small, varied, rotational, and linear movements are far superior for comprehensive lymph drainage than simple, repetitive stretches. This variety cleverly prevents the stagnation of fluid in any single part of the joint. We have now successfully completed the ankle pump and the alphabet trace. How do your feet and ankles feel right this minute? If you are performing the movements correctly, you should be sensing a distinct feeling of warmth, lightness, or a gentle, localized tingling. This is a positive sign that indicates increased blood flow and the commencement of fluid mobilization. If you're feeling a gentle, non-painful stretch and a bit of a working sensation in your calf and shin muscles, that is the powerful physiological muscle pump and lymph drainage system actively engaging. Remember always that consistency is the true humble key to managing chronic edema. Doing these gentle moves every day is fundamentally superior to pushing too hard just once a week. We are building a valuable habit of lifelong vascular health, not just doing a one-off intense workout. Please keep watching, because the food fixes and the biggest mistake to avoid are coming up next, and they are powerful complementary tools to these physical movements. We must address both the mechanical and the chemical components of swelling for true, lasting, long-term relief. Let us transition now to the 2 food fixes that work on your body from the inside out. Food fix number 1 is incredibly simple, yet perhaps the most misunderstood element of fluid management: optimal hydration with plain water. Many people mistakenly believe that drinking more water will somehow increase their swelling. They operate under the flawed logic that the water will just continue to pool in their already swollen legs. This is a crucial, widespread myth that we must permanently debunk. The opposite is fundamentally true. Chronic, even mild dehydration signals a state of emergency to your body's complex fluid regulation systems. This causes your body to aggressively produce a hormone called vasopressin, which leads to excessive retention of sodium and water in your delicate tissues, directly contributing to edema and swelling. When you are adequately and consistently hydrated, your kidneys can efficiently and effectively flush out excess sodium and metabolic waste products. This allows your body's complex fluid regulation system to achieve a state of homeostasis, which is balance. This balance makes it much easier for your body to release the retained water in your legs and maintain a healthy, balanced internal environment. The practical goal: aim for urine that is clear or very pale yellow throughout the day. If it is dark amber or strong smelling, it is a definite biological signal that you need to increase your water intake immediately and significantly. Sip water consistently throughout the day rather than drinking large amounts all at once, as this promotes a steady state of optimal hydration. Food fix number 2 is strategically focusing on your critical electrolytes, specifically magnesium and potassium. These essential minerals are fundamentally critical for regulating fluid balance at a cellular level, not just passively in the bloodstream. They work directly as essential antagonists against the sodium that is the primary culprit in water retention. Think of sodium as the strong magnet for water, holding it fiercely in the tissues. Potassium and magnesium help to neutralize that magnetic hold. Potassium and sodium work in a carefully orchestrated balance across the cell membranes to manage the water level within and outside the cell. This complex process is known as the sodium-potassium pump. A deficiency in potassium directly impairs this pump, leading to cellular dehydration and increased fluid outside the cells, which is the definition of edema. Potassium-rich foods include well-known sources like bananas, but also nutrient-dense choices like sweet potatoes, white beans, spinach, which is best eaten cooked, and avocados. Magnesium-rich foods include dark leafy greens like kale and chard, various nuts and seeds, especially almonds, cashews, and pumpkin seeds, legumes, and even a small measured portion of high-quality dark chocolate, 70% cocoa or higher. Simply adding 1 serving of a potassium or magnesium-rich food to your daily diet with a focus on fresh, unprocessed options, can have a profound, measurable effect on reducing swelling over time by improving the overall osmotic balance of your cellular fluids. Now for the critical mistake that traps fluid, and this is the one you must actively prevent in your daily life. The biggest mistake people over 55 make is prolonged, motionless sitting or standing. It seems counterintuitive, and many people assume that resting their legs completely is the best solution for swollen feet. But in reality, being completely still for long, continuous periods, anything over 45 minutes without intentional movement, is the single worst behavioral pattern for lower body circulation. When you are sitting or standing motionless, the crucial venous return pump we discussed earlier completely ceases to function. Without the muscle contraction, the one-way valves become ineffective. Gravity takes over unopposed, and blood and interstitial fluid rapidly begin to pool in the lowest parts of your limbs, which directly creates and exacerbates the very swelling you are desperately trying to avoid. Even if you are sitting with your legs elevated, being completely still is still detrimental because the mechanical action of the pump is lost. The correction, the 45-minute rule. Every 30 to 45 minutes, you must absolutely break the stillness of your position. Stand up, take 10 purposeful steps, and march in place for 30 seconds. Even better, perform one quick 30-second set of ankle pumps. Move number 1, right at your desk or chair. Breaking the inertia of stillness is the singular key to preventing the massive buildup of fluid in the first place, and it takes you less than a single minute. This is preventative medicine in its most direct, powerful, mechanical form. We are now moving into the final, most powerful, and fastest acting movement. Before we do, understand this deeply. Your circulatory system operates on a cumulative effect. The single biggest difference between sustained swelling relief and ongoing frustration is the consistent daily application of these small, simple habits. If you commit right now to adopting the 45-minute rule and performing your 10-minute routine, you will likely see a significant reduction in swelling before you even completely overhaul your diet. The human body is engineered with remarkable self-healing and regulatory mechanisms. Our job is simply to give it the necessary mechanical and chemical cues to optimize that wonderful function. The third and final movement is your fastest path to profound relief, the calf raise combination. This exercise activates the powerful calf muscle pump, primarily the gastrocnemius and soleus muscles, with the greatest intensity and range of motion allowed by the joint. It provides the strongest, deepest, and most comprehensive squeeze of the deep veins in your lower legs, resulting in a powerful, immediate flush of pooled fluid. This is what physiotherapists and vascular specialists often prescribe to accelerate post-operative healing, manage venous insufficiency, and reduce chronic edema because its mechanical action is unparalleled in its effectiveness. It is the peak of the muscle pump mechanism. Safety first is crucial. Due to the balance component, this exercise must be done while holding on to a very sturdy, non-movable support. A fixed kitchen counter, a railing, or a heavy, stable chair back placed firmly against a wall is the ideal support. Please do not attempt this freestanding until you are completely confident in your balance and leg strength, which may take many weeks of dedicated practice. The movement. Stand-up option. Stand facing your chosen support, holding on with both hands for maximum security and stability. Ensure your feet are shoulder-width apart. Slowly and deliberately lift your heels straight up so you are standing on the balls of your feet, achieving the maximum possible height. Hold this peak contraction for 3 full measured seconds, consciously squeezing those calf muscles tightly. Then, even more slowly and with control, lower your heels back down until they lightly touch the floor. Crucial safety note: if you feel any unsteadiness whatsoever, immediately widen your stance or increase your hand grip. Never let go of your support during the execution of the movement. Chair-friendly option. If standing is not an option due to balance, joint pain, or mobility concerns, you can perform the seated calf raise. While sitting, place your feet flat on the floor. Use your hands to gently press down on your thighs for slight, measurable resistance, but not so much that it causes pain, and lift your heels as high as possible, holding for 3 seconds, then lowering slowly. This still engages the calf pump significantly. The prescription: whether standing or seated, repeat this controlled contraction and release cycle for a total of 2 continuous minutes. This concentrated and powerful effort, with its 3-second hold, is why this move delivers the fastest, most profound relief from swelling. Let us quickly address a few common questions regarding chronic swelling management. FAQ 1. Compression socks. Should I still wear them, and when are they best? Yes, high-quality, properly fitted compression socks are tremendously helpful, especially during long periods of sitting, driving, or air travel, or for anyone with known venous insufficiency. However, they are fundamentally a support system, an external squeeze. They are not a solution because they do not fix the underlying muscle pump issue. The movements we have done today are the solution because they address the root mechanical cause, the stalled or inefficient muscle pump. Think of the socks as a brace and the exercises as the true therapeutic maintenance. 2. Elevating legs. Does elevation work, and what is the best way to do it? Yes, elevation is an effective tool that works temporarily by letting gravity assist the fluid drainage. However, once you stand up and gravity returns, the fluid pools right back if the muscle pump is not actively working efficiently. The best way to elevate: lie down and prop your feet up so that your ankles are slightly above the level of your heart for 15 to 20 minutes. FAQ 3. Pain versus strain. How do I tell the difference, and when do I absolutely need to stop? A mild, dull, or generalized aching sensation or a gentle muscular burn in the working muscle is a completely normal and healthy sign of strain and muscle work. Sharp, stabbing, sudden, or shooting pain, or a muscle cramp that does not resolve immediately, is a definite sign of potential injury, and you must stop that specific movement immediately and seek professional advice if it persists. Let us concisely summarize your complete, simple, evidence-based daily plan for superior foot circulation and significantly reduced swelling. Commit to this total regimen for just 1 week, and you will feel the difference. Move number 1. Ankle pumps, 2 minutes. This is the rhythmic engine to smoothly start the blood and lymph flowing. Perform these at a slow 2-second hold tempo. Move number 2. Alphabet trace, 2 minutes. This is the targeted mobility and lubricant for your lymphatic drainage system. Complete the full A to Z on each foot. Move number 3. Calf raise combo, 2 minutes. This is the power flush for the fastest, most effective relief. Perform these with a 3-second peak hold, always using a sturdy support. Internal fixes: prioritize optimal hydration throughout the day and consistently add 2 daily servings of potassium and magnesium-rich, unprocessed foods to improve your cellular fluid balance. The crucial behavioral rule: adhere strictly to the 45-minute rule. Break motionless sitting every 30 to 45 minutes with a stand, a walk, or a quick 30-second set of ankle pumps. This is your most primary and effective preventative measure. Remember this final, empowering thought: the chronic swelling and resulting discomfort did not develop overnight, and therefore the complete solution will not be instantaneous either. But with a single week of the consistent, gentle use of this targeted 10-minute routine, most people report a significant, noticeable difference in the comfort, flexibility, and visual appearance of their lower legs and ankles. Commit this minimal time to yourself. 10 minutes is less than 1% of your waking day for a monumental, life-changing gain in comfort, mobility, and confidence. We have provided you with the research-backed knowledge and the precise 10-minute routine. Now, the necessary next step is entirely yours alone. Start this routine today and make it a non-negotiable part of your daily rhythm. If you found this evidence-based information helpful, please take a moment to share this video with just one other person over 55 who you know struggles with the burden of foot and ankle swelling. Hit the like button to confirm that you want more practical, evidence-based health routines tailored for active aging. Remember the standard essential safety disclaimer: always consult with your primary care physician or a specialized health professional before starting any new exercise program, especially if you have a pre-existing underlying circulatory condition such as peripheral artery disease, severe heart failure, or a history of deep vein thrombosis. Thank you for prioritizing your health and spending this valuable time with us on your journey to better circulation. Start your 10 minutes now and feel the difference today.